Hey there everyone, welcome to the next activity I like to call the baseball challenge. I'm going to go out to my desktop right now and pull in an image of a baseball field. And here you have a really simple interface for a computer game to help kids learn math. And it's kind of bland, kind of boring, so we're going to kind of dress it up with some tricks in GIMP. So let's get started on this thing. I want to introduce a couple new filters to you and a couple of new tools that you can use to add some light and shadow effects to the images you work on. So first thing, remember we have our layers over here. We want to make this green grass that you see here and here look like Astroturf. So we're going to add a layer called Astroturf. Okay, say OK. And we are going to simply fill that that guy with a couple. We're going to get a couple colors ready for our AstroTurf. So let's go in that range, and let's add a second color, a little darker, in that range. Okay, so we have a couple greens for our AstroTurf. We'll get those ready. We'll pull them into foreground and background. Okay, so we have our foreground and background greens. So we're going to create this AstroTurf with a filter effect called Plasma. Some of you might have run across Plasma in the Abstract Art tutorial. It's under Filters, Render, Clouds, and Plasma. And I get this little Plasma working dialog box. Pull that back down. Okay, and notice it has this multicolor appearance. We can change the seed or where the lights and darks fall with this button right here. And I want one that's sort of a mixture. That's good. And we can increase the turbulence with this slider right here. So make it more heavy on the dots, on the pixels. Say OK. And notice that's going to totally fill in our canvas, covering up our baseball field, which is still here. We haven't done anything to it. So we are going to apply the greens now to this AstroTurf, to this Plasma. So the way we do that is we make sure we're on the AstroTurf layer, and we're going to go up to Colors and Map and Gradient Map. And notice it turned all of our multicolors into just the two colors from our foreground and background. Now basically what that's doing is it's taking a blend. Remember the blend tool, it's going from lights to darks, and the gradient map sort of maps out those two colors throughout the lights and the darks of the Plasma layer. And that gradient map will work in lots of other cases with other filters as well. So now we have this sort of blotchy AstroTurf look. The next thing I want to show you is the Dodge and Burn tool. So we have the Dodge and Burn tool here. When it's going to use a brush. So whatever brush is in our paintbrush palette, that's the tool that's going to be used to apply Dodge and Burn. I'm going to make this a simple round brush. I'm going to increase the size a little bit to 50 pixels, and I'm going to set the type to burn. Now burn makes things darker and dodge makes things lighter. Shadows darker, midtones in the middle, and highlights lighter. So we're going to set midtones, burn. I'm I'm going to make my canvas a little bit smaller. And the reason I want to do that is I want to be able to see outside of the canvas. So I just hit Control and mouse ball scrolled. You could use the magnifying glass tool, the zoom tool here. So let's work on the dodge and the burn. And what we want to do is give this Astroturf sort of a mode effect. So let's click once. We're going to use our straight line method in this. Don't have to use a straight line method, but you certainly can if you want. Click a second time and notice how it makes our turf darker. And then I'll simply go down, maybe give myself a guide of where to start next. Go back to my burn tool, and I'm clicking outside of the canvas, holding shift and control and dragging, going across the canvas, and then holding shift and control and going back on the other side again, just to kind of give it a double burn. Okay, so you can see very quickly I can keep this sort of pattern up with my guides. I keep inserting some guides around 50 pixels. And I can make this nice mode effect. Now if you want to increase that effect, you can do it on the vertical as well. We could go here to 50 pixels roughly. Go back to our burn. And insert the burn up here as well. Okay, so pretty quickly you can see how you can get this mode effect. You can see the usefulness of the dodge and burn tool to apply shading and depth to images. Now you don't have to do straight lines. You could certainly change your brush type, make it a fuzzy brush, and let's go back, let's undo that. Go back to the burn tool, and you could apply this with a brush. So let's say you were drawing an object and you wanted to shade the edge of it. You could certainly use the dodge and the burn tool to do that as well. Okay, let's jump back onto the baseball challenge. I could take a long time finishing this mode effect, and I don't want to. So we'll turn the eye off, or at least turn down this Astroturf for now. Now the second part of the baseball challenge for us is to recreate this field. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to start working on recreating this field for you to give you an idea of how to do that. So we'll pull it all together in the next tutorial. Until next time.